Well, Richard Weitz is the director at the Center for Political Military Analysis at the Hudson Institute. He joins us now live from Washington, D.C. Richard, welcome. Is the North Korea summit really, as President Trump described it, a one-time shot for Kim Jong-un?
Well, the president himself earlier said that he saw this as a process, that there would be a summit now, there'll be further discussions, there might be future meetings. Trump said he might invite Kim to the White House and so on. So I think he meant more not the summit itself, but this opportunity to engage with the U.S. through dialogue is something that he hopes that President Kim will take. If not, then there may not be another opportunity to break his country out of isolation and gain the economic and other benefits that the other countries are willing to offer.
Is it really likely that North Korea will give up all nuclear capability in exchange for the promise of economic prosperity, a lifting of all economic sanctions?
No, it's not likely. History shows that we've been through this path before. What often happens is leaders agree in principle, and then a year, 2 years later, the implementation falls apart either. And you can imagine this happening again. The U.S. may not be satisfied with the declaration that the North Korean government gives about what nuclear holdings it has. The North Korean government may not feel it's received enough compensation for the steps it takes. So I fear we'll probably go down that path. But I could be wrong. There are a couple things that are different this time. The sanctions are heavier. You've got a new North Korean leader. The Chinese in particular appear very anxious about President Trump's rhetoric and actions. So it's possible the dynamics will be more favorable this time.
There isn't much wriggle room, is there? I mean, there doesn't seem to be much in the way of diplomatic middle ground.
Well, I mean, the key issue here is the United States and some of its partners want North Korea to eliminate their nuclear weapons as comprehensively and as quickly as possible, whereas the North Koreans want to gain as many benefits as they can and denuclearize as slow as possible to basically keep that window of benefits and leverage open. So there is an opportunity for them to find a compromise in the middle. It'll be very difficult. I still consider it unlikely, but I wouldn't exclude it as impossible at this point.
And in your judgment, who has most to gain? I mean, Trump was almost unseemly in his haste to escape the G7 summit. Well,
certainly this would be the greatest achievement, if it works, of the Trump administration's foreign policy. If he could achieve a denuclearization agreement, certainly he would say, well, you know, compared to all other presidents in the past, they were unable to do this. I've been able to do this. And I think it would be a great achievement if he can. So I think I understand why he's going to prioritize this in his diplomatic outreach. The other goals, the G7, since it wasn't he wasn't particularly expecting a very warm welcome at that, I could sort of see why he tried to minimize the amount of time he was there.
Richard Weitz in Washington, thank you very much.